Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of TFT Hyperroll with Artark. Okay, you know what it is. The graphic, let's put it up there. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, all that. Now, let's get into it. So even though I find the build I'm about to show you really powerful, I don't tend to use it a lot, simply because I find it hard to get all the elements together in the right amount of time in Hyperroll. It's likely more effective in norms than it is in Hyperroll, and I'm showing you what it's going to be. We're heading into Star Guardians. So let's look at the first set of augments. These first three didn't work for anything. Then I get Portable Forge, so I go ahead and take that, and it gives me a Manazane. Now, as you can see on the board, I was kind of thinking duelists to begin with because I had gotten a Vein out of the NPC round, but I didn't really like any of those items for that, so at this point I'm just trying to put together the best team possible and hope that I can make something work. Now, there was a lot of rolling and selling and buying involved, but I ended up with a 2-star Lux and then a Rel, so I had my Star Guardian, and an Annie, so I also had Spellslinger. I love Manazane on Lux because she will just cast and cast and cast and usually end up knocking out their entire front line, which gives you a good chance to win. And at this point, it's just a matter of watching how fast Lux can take out a front line. Boom, boom, boom. And they're gone, and we're into the back line, and then she can just finish off Vex with another cast. We added a Hextech Gunblade onto Lux so that her cast will also give back some health to the front line, which will hold up the opposing team, allowing Lux to cast more often, and yeah, you kind of see where this is going. She'll ultimately wipe out the front line, then everyone can move in and take care of the LeBlanc. It's time for some item choices, and my goal here, since I'm not getting really good AP items, is to just work on tanking the front line. The Chain Vest along with the Giant's Belt, of course, will make a Sunfire Cape, and then we can open this up, and 2 Negatron Cloaks create a Dragon's Claw. That combination on Rel will be really strong, so we apply Anti-Heal and then give her a large amount of magic resistance, along with some healing. Stage 4 is a tricky time for this build, and simply because you're going to have either 3 Star Guardians or 3 Spellslingers, so you're not going to be getting the full benefit of whatever buff you're looking for. That allows this team that has the scoped weapons to be able to come in and destroy us. It's time for our second augment, and I was thinking in my head it was going to be a hero augment, but no, it's Prismatic, and we don't have any rolls. The Tome of Traits, or the 2 Tome of Traits, are really the only thing that's going to work. I'm hoping for Star Guardian. I get Defender, that will work because I can put that on Annie, and now we have 2 Defenders. What are you going to do with this? Sure Shot doesn't fit, Mecha Prime doesn't fit, Renegade, I'm just not headed in that direction. I can go ahead and grab Gadgetine and maybe make use of it if I can pick up the right champions, because Annie is a Gadgetine, so maybe I can get there. I did manage to get to the 4 Star Guardians, but I'm dealing with a lot of 1-star bronze champions, so it's not really strong enough yet. I need Annie up to 2 stars. Ultimately, obviously, Kaisa up to 2 stars, and I'm going to need to get the 4-cost Star Guardian Spellslinger, which is Neeko, but I don't expect that until stage 7. So the NPC round was nice enough to give me a Reforger. I was able to 2-star several champions, so it's time to reforge this and get something more useful. Aegis emblem, I can make that work, because we just need 2 Aegis to actually make that tick, so it'll just be a matter of getting the right one. We're really close to a gold Lux. We've 2-starred a lot of our key champions, so I'm hoping this is now coming together. Getting all those champs up to the silver 2 stars made a huge difference, as you can see. The front line is actually holding, and Lux is still pouring out the damage and keeping them healed with the Hextech Gunblade. It allows us to chew through their front line and ultimately get into the back and secure the victory. Now, I'm a teeny bit concerned that I'm going to get forced into a very difficult choice soon, because I'm 1 away from a 3-star Lux. but I originally got the items for her planning on moving them over to Neeko once I was able to get Neeko, because those are going to be fantastic items for Neeko. But I can't do that once I 3-star the Lux, because I'm not going to want to get rid of a 3-star champ to do it. It's a crazy problem to have, but we'll see what comes of it. And what came of it is we ended up getting the 3-star Lux during the NPC round. Then we got the hero augment. We got Easy being green, which is a Neeko augment that gives you a Spear of Sojin with it. So I then can get her with a Spear of Sojin. So I'm not as much in need of the Hextech Gunblade that I originally planned on getting. I get an item choice and I decide to grab the BF sword, so what I can do then is just increase her damage with a Giant Slayer and then hope to get some type of AP amplifier down the line. Now this all brought me up to 5 Star Guardians and 4 Spellslingers and 2 slots left on the team. I want that to go to a Star Guardian and Aegis as well, because then I'll be able to get the 6 Star Guardian and 3 Aegis. That would mean I'm looking for Echo and Leona. The other key to bringing in those 2 champs is shoring up the front line. Right now, we're still a little too easy to get through. If we can add in a Leona and an Echo, it will hold up opposing teams much longer and allow our backline to do more damage. We have 2 more item choices and things are about to get a little funky. I decide here to go with the Archangel Staff as an item for Neeko. That will allow her to power up more. But the next item choice is really interesting. I can get a Prankster emblem. I have Echo in the game now because that gives me the 6 Star Guardians. But I can just load up Annie as the holder of all emblems. She is now Defender, Aegis, and Prankster, which is also going to start Prankster in Echo, which should give us a stronger front line and more distractions, allowing our backline to do more damage and hold in longer. And you will quickly see that Annie is loving her new occupations. They are helping her hold that front line. She's really strong with armor, magic resist, and she can even get out of the way if her health gets low. And Annie's special little role in this game does not go unnoticed as the question mark icon comes out, followed with the WTF is this Annie? But Annie is what Annie is. She's everything. And she pulled us into the top 4. And it is time for our final 2 item choices, and I am just thinking about the front line as our back line is set. Titan's Resolve is the tankiest item of this particular group. Then we can open the Anvil, and Gargoyle Stoneplate will work perfectly on Echo since he is going to taunt people to him. So those 2 items on Echo will make him a little tankier, and especially now that he has Prankster, thank you Annie, it's going to work out really well. The rapid casting from Lux early on in this fight helps so much. It's not even the damage that she's doing as much as it is the healing she is providing to our team, because it allows our front line to stay strong while Neeko and Kaisa end up taking out Warwick, who could have ended us but allows us the victory. And there are Warwicks everywhere in this match, and I'm not surprised. He is a very, very strong champion this season in the right setup. And this is a really good setup for him, except for the fact that we have this now ridiculous front line with this Annie who can just pretty much deflect anything and enough power from the back line to overwhelm them. Now this team is an absolute nightmare to face because they've got a whole lot going on for them. They have Riftwalkers, so they have an additional player on the team with Zac. They also have a really strong Nunu with Oxforce that doesn't care about my front line. It's going to just wander through and do whatever it wants to do. We end up just left with Neeko, who gets knocked out. And we end up in a 1v1 against that very same team. So how do we deal with this? what I decide to do is get my players out of the corner that they're in right now. So Nunu's not going to kind of get 2 rolls against them. I want that player to think I'm moving everyone to the other side. Instead, my goal is just to go in the middle. So that way Nunu can just roll over them and past them and not kind of come back around immediately on them. Notice he'll roll off into the corner, pass them, and then head for the other corner, so he doesn't get 2 shots on it instantly the same way he does if you're backed into a corner. This allowed my front line to hold up theirs a little bit longer and Lux and Neeko to go to work casting. We're also not quite as susceptible to Vex and Jin as we were before, and ultimately it allows us to get into a position for the victory, and it's GG for everyone. Star Guardians, it's a lot of fun. If you can get it built, it's tricky, but it's worth it when you get there. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have an absolutely awesome day.